Hello, today the Fintech Power 50 is at Money20 Europe. My name is Tom, and today I'm joined by David Rintel, CEO of TrustPay. David, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. And I think a great way to kick us off really is just by giving us a quick overview of what it is TrustPay does and the sort of aims that it's trying to achieve.
So, for the past almost 15 years, TrustPay has had a sole focus of facilitating cross-border e-commerce payments throughout Europe. So we're a card acquirer, but we also happen to be an acquirer for a number of different local payment methods throughout Europe, with the goal of providing the best possible payments mix to our merchants throughout the continent.
Fantastic. So obviously the online payment method landscape is constantly changing. How are you seeing that landscape shift across Europe? And what is TrustPay doing to adapt to those changes?
So I think it's fair to say that roughly a decade ago, many of us in the industry thought that cards would be almost the sole option, much like you would see in the UK, for example, with a bit of PayPal sprinkled on top. However, we have been seeing the exact opposite. So the local payment options of all that have been around for a while, like Ideal, continue to evolve, continue to improve, and they continue to get ever stronger. You have new payment options popping up throughout the continent. In Poland with Blik, which went from zero in I think 2016 to almost 70% market share last year of course e-commerce payments. And you have similar stories with Swish in Sweden, mobile pay in Denmark, the bank contact Payconic evolution in Belgium, and many other examples. In fact, when we looked at the numbers, more than half of the European population now lives in countries where cards, or the two major card brands, are no longer the dominant payment option. So in order to stay relevant as a merchant, you need to offer very specific payment mixes for specific markets, with wallets and account-to-account based payments and buy now, pay later, and different options. The options evolve. Many of the old options tend to stick around, and they are decommissioned very slowly, and new payment options become relevant. Therefore, consequently, if you want to stay relevant as a payment service provider / acquirer, you need to be very mindful of the trends. You need to ensure that you provide an optimal payment mix to your merchants, that you provide them with enough experience, and you consult them on what should be done in which markets and what pitfalls to avoid, how to ensure you have an optimal payments mix for mobile and for desktop, because not all of the payment options are equally designed for mobile payments and sort of desktop or browser-based payments. So it's we live in exciting times.
Fantastic. So with this sort of changing environment going on, what are the sort of new plans and new products that you're working on to really sort of take advantage of these changes and to adapt to them?
So there are a couple of different things. There are some of what I call housekeeping evolutionary exercises, with Ideal migrating to a brand new platform and UX, the continued migration from bank contact and e-commerce onto Payconic, or the Portuguese wallet shift. And then there are completely new initiatives. There's been a lot of talk about instant payments in Europe. So far, they leave a lot to be desired. There are issues with some banks charging a lot of money for instant payments, or instant payments not being used as a default option for payments. However, we are launching in the coming few weeks, we are launching a QR-based instant payment solution in the Czech Republic, out of all places, which will be a cheap, irreversible QR code instant payment option for mostly desktop-based or browser-based shopping.
Fantastic. So you said you're based now out of Czech Republic. Is there a reason why you picked that region specifically?
Well, I happen to be born in Slovakia, so we sort of happen to have applied for a license there, if you will. It's a it's Europe. So it almost doesn't matter where you are based as a company, because us, just like our competitors and other players in this space, are offering services on a cross-border basis. So we just, sort of happen to be based where we are based.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you very much for joining me. It's been a pleasure to speaking to you today about this, and I hope you enjoy the rest of Money 2020.
Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you.
Bye.